you can now do this with LTX 2.3 and the LTX Director and so much more.
Hello humans, my name is Kay, your overload, and boy oh boy do I have some mind-blowing stuff for you today. Because today, I'll be showing you one of the best additions we've ever had for AI video generation called LTX Director, which is an amazing all-in-one timeline editor made for the LTX 2.3 model, which allows you to precisely control prompts across the video, use transitions between multiple frames, add custom audio, and direct your generations way more easily than before, giving you an insane amount of control inside a single video timeline. And of course, I'll show you everything today. So that being said, sit back, relax, and let's go. And to install LTX 2.3, you have two ways. The first is of course by using my one-click installer that is available for my Patreon supporters. Just download the file, then launch it. It will then ask how much GPU VRAM you have. In my case, since I have more than 24, I'm gonna choose option number 3, and then I'm gonna press enter. And this will download and install ComfyUI and all the models and nodes that you need to run the LTX 2.3 model. And the second way is to rent a GPU on a website like RunPod and use my special RunPod installer that is also available for my Patreon supporters. And once you have ComfyUI up and running, for this video I prepared a special LTX 2.3 Ultra workflow that you can download on my Patreon, and then you're gonna drag and drop it inside ComfyUI. And there you go. Now we can finally have some fun. Now in this video I'm not gonna go through the entire workflow, since this is basically version 2 of the LTX Ultra workflow that I showed in my previous LTX video, so if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you do, otherwise you're not gonna understand anything that you see on screen, because in this specific video, I will only be focusing on the brand new V2 additions, and more specifically, the Prompt Relay Director workflow. Now initially this video was supposed to be much longer. I initially added a bunch of other things to the workflow, but I decided to take it out and make separate videos instead. Otherwise all of these different mix would have been way too complicated and way too long, and especially because there is enough things to do inside the LTX Prompt Relay Director. Okay, so that being said, what makes this LTX Prompt Relay Director so special? Well, basically, as you can see right there, everything is contained inside one single node. And you're probably gonna say like, what do you mean everything? Can you do like text to video or image to video? Can you use custom audio or multiple frames generation? Well, to all of those questions and more, I can say yes. All of the things that I said and more can be done inside this one simple node. And I gotta tell you, this is probably the best addition for the LTX 2.3 model I have ever seen. Because everything, and I mean everything, will be done inside this video timeline. Okay, so basically let's start from like top to bottom, and we will go through all the things in order with actual examples. So first, if you go right here you have all the parameters that you can choose before you start the generation, like the width, the height, the frame rate, the sampler, and the seed of the video. Here you can input all the LoRa's that you want to try, and then finally we have the LTX Director node. So under duration frames and duration seconds, this is how long the visible timeline will be. So as you can see, if you look at these numbers right there, they end at 293. So like if you take here the timeline cursor, for example, and you put it at the end, you will see here that it is currently positioned at 293 frames, which basically represents 12.21 seconds. And what's really cool is that you can basically just modify that number, and it will automatically modify the value for the duration in seconds. Now, if for some reason you don't like working in frames, and you prefer working in seconds instead, you can simply click on this little cog, settings, and then change the display mode from frames to seconds. And as you can see, now, instead of having frames, you have the values in seconds instead. So if you want like, 15 seconds, you can just put like 15 and there you go. I think this is probably much easier for most people to work with rather than something more abstract than frames. But if you are an animator, using frames gives you way more control and more precision over your generation. Okay, so the next, you have here a bunch of options like add image, add text, add audio, and the button delete. Now you don't actually need need to use any of these buttons if you don't want to, because everything can be done inside the timeline already. If you click on this little button, it will give you the possibility to either add a text segment or an image segment. Now basically what this means is that if you click on text segment, it will immediately add this like huge block onto your timeline that you can modify however you want. Now basically this block is pretty much the same as using text to video, where instead of using an image, we will simply generate a video using a simple prompt. Well, that block that you see right here basically represent that workflow, where all you have to do is basically come here and write your prompt. Once again, exactly like you would do right here. However, where before you only had control over the entire video duration inside the text editor, you can actually modify where that prompt begin and where that prompt end, which also means that you can add other prompts before and after, meaning that you can have multiple scenes inside of a single timeline where you can control the timing. Okay, so let's do like something simple. Let's start with a very simple example. Let me move this prompt to the left and make it like 5 seconds, for example. I'm gonna write my prompt, so like something like this. Then if I put my duration in seconds for 5, because we only need 5, now make sure to extend the timeline a little bit, otherwise it's gonna give you an error. But then, once it's done, you simply just input your prompt, and you are happy with the parameters, you can simply click run, which in the end gives us something like this.
Hey guys, what's up?
So as you can see, very simple prompt, very simple result, really nothing exceptional, pretty much everything that you can already do inside the normal LTX text to video. However, what's really interesting is that now that we have this, prompt, as I said before, you can add additional prompt to the timeline. Like for example, let's say that I want to make like a 15 seconds video instead. I can move that inside like, in the beginning, and then I can add a previous prompt on the left and another prompt to the right. And what's really cool is that all of these prompts are kind of linked together. You don't need to say the exact same thing, use the same exact prompt on the left and on the right to make things happen. So like for example, you can input a prompt like this, where basically like the warrior falls quickly from the sky and ends on the ground, where it transitions to the warrior speaking to the camera. Then we have our normal prompt, and then finally we can put something like suddenly an explosion happens on the battlefield in the background and make the warrior jolt and shout with surprise. Now because it is text to video, everything will kinda have to regenerate from scratch, hence why personally I'm not a big fan of using text to video, hence why I always use image to video instead. But if you want to use it, if you don't have an image and you want everything to do from scratch, well, you can do it like this. And now if I click run, and in the end we get something like this.
Hey guys, what's up? He's been trying to fit video in the Sabia Max up. Ah! Whoa!
So yeah, as you can see, basically we are able to create an entire video with complete control over the rhythm and what's happening in the entire video. Now obviously, personally, I'm not a big fan, once again, of text to video, because you never really get the complete control over how your character look. But at least now, if you don't have an image, you can very easily control what's happening in the video while also controlling the timing. And that is really cool. Now obviously in this example, I just made it like 3 different text prompts that are 5 seconds each. But you can make it much shorter, much longer. It really depends on what you're trying to do. Now also, what's really cool is that obviously text prompts are not the only thing that you can use inside the LTX Director node, because you can also use your own custom image. Like for example, if you want to delete a specific prompt, you can simply select it and either press delete on your keyboard or use the delete button right here. Once again, if you click on this button, you can either recreate a text segment, or this time you can choose the image segment. And if you do, it will ask you to select your image, or you can simply drag and drop it onto the timeline. And now if I make it like the same size, the same length as the other one, what's really cool is that you can either just use it simply as an image to video generator and just use the same exact prompt to make him talk and move. But also what's really fantastic is that, as I said before, all of these prompts on the timeline are connected together. So actually, if you leave the prompt like that, it's not going to generate a different warrior during the first 5 seconds and then another after seconds number 10. It will actually use your image that you have input either at the beginning or at the end or in the middle, and then use that as a reference to either continue the video or show what happens before that image in the middle happens. So like, again, as an example, I'm gonna generate the same exact video that we just did, but this time with this custom image without changing anything. So now if I click run, so that in the end we get something like this.
Hey guys, what's up? Yeah! Oh!
Yeah, I know, like the quality of the first, movement, obviously LTX always had a problem with that. They're still not there yet. But once again, we've taken an initial image and we kinda made things happen before and after. And all of that while still keeping the reference image the exact same. And what's really cool is that if you want to, you can change the order of the events. If you want to put like the, like the explosion before, you can just like do it like this. Put the explosion like this, and there you go. So you can have like the warrior that falls from the sky, then there is an explosion, and then he picks up the camera. However, what's also really cool is the fact that you can also use multiple images inside the timeline as keyframes. If you have a few specific images that you want to use in your timeline, well, you can do so. So like for example, let's say that I delete all of that and I keep like my main image like this, but I also have prepared 2 additional images that I made with Flux Klein, which is an editing model. So like for example, for the first image, I'm gonna choose this one, which is the same warrior sitting down, and then for the final image, I will choose this one. So basically we have 3 different images, and we want LTX Director to generate an entire video to transition between those 3 keyframes. So like for example, if I write a prompt for each one of those 3 images, where I put like a lot of details, how the character moves, like I want for example to slowly lift his head, to breathe heavily, etc, then the warrior will kind of like pick up the camera and be in this position, and then it will like lift up his spear and shout very loudly. And then once it's done, I'm gonna click run. And in the end we get something like this.
Hey guys, what's up? I was randomly filming home lat and some selfie video. Come on guys! Run!
So yeah, there you go. As you can see, basically, it's really good. We have a very nice transition between like 3 different keyframes, and all of that inside one single node. And as you can see, like once again, where before, you could of course do that as well with my first, middle, last frame video, you could never have like the entire timeline in front of your eyes, where you can very easily just shorten or make a certain segment longer, but now with LTX Editor, you can. And that's really just fantastic. I mean, that's really good. Oh, and also one little trick that you can do is that if you don't see a very good transition between the different keyframes that you have, here in my case, it wasn't a problem because my prompt was precise enough, but sometimes there is like maybe a cut between 2 images. So instead, what you can do is that you can actually just input a text segment between the 2 images and then write something like smooth continuous movement between the pose and play a little bit with like the duration of that movement so that one keyframe can smoothly transition toward the second one. And then of course you can like do the same thing for the other one and then try again. Now obviously you don't really need to do it. If you write your prompt correctly, it will already transition between all of the images automatically, but it's still a nice little trick that you can use to help the transition between the different keyframes. Okay, so now that we used text prompt, now that we used image as reference or as keyframes, there is one additional option that you can use as well, and that is the custom audio. So instead of having the LTX model generate the audio from scratch, you can use your own audio inside the timeline. And to do this is very simple. All you have to do is just come here and click on this little custom audio button that will toggle the custom audio on or off, and once it is on, you can actually either click on this little button to add a custom audio or drag and drop the audio onto the timeline. And what's really cool is that once again, just like the image, you can actually just make it shorter so that you cut everything that you don't want to use. And also, just like the images and prompt text, you can have multiple different audio inside of the timeline. So like for example, if I add another audio, meaning that now if I want to add like some custom images, I can literally just create a discussion between two different characters inside of the timeline for the final video. So let's say for example I have those two audios and I'm gonna drag and drop it to additional images, and we're gonna try to do like a conversation between like a vampire king and his female subordinate. So I'm gonna write my prompt right here and the prompt for the woman. And what's also really cool is that I can actually make this image a little bit shorter, and here I can add an additional text prompt and I can say something like, the man gives a thumbs up just when he is ready to say his last line. So this is also like another way of controlling the tempo and rhythm of the video. And now that we have this, since the audio is kind of ending at a weird time, I'm actually going to change that to frames. And now we know that the frame at 227. So I'm going to put that right there. And finally, when this is done, I'm going to click run, which in the end gives us something like this.
Elvira, you are finally here. Well done.
Oh, my king, I will serve you forever.
So yeah, as you can see, it does work very well, although there is maybe a lack of movement, so we'll probably just like change the prompt a little bit so that you have a little bit more movement in the image. But as you can see here, right there, at the end of this sentence, it's gonna like show his thumbs up, and then it's gonna cut to our next character talking to the vampire. So like for example, if I change the prompt a little bit like this and I try again, in the end it gets something like this.
Elvira, you are finally here. Well done.
Oh, my king, I will serve you forever.
Now once again, it's still an example. You could still make it better if you want, kind of try to make it more realistic, have a better transition. Everything is kind of up to you. Unfortunately, as of right now, you cannot really use custom audio and audio generated with LTX inside the same timeline. You can either choose one or the other. It's unfortunately how the LTX model work, but I mean, even without that, it's still really incredible. The ability to change how the final video is generated, add a specific motion to the video, and control the rhythm and timing really makes this workflow extremely powerful. And even though it's not perfect, this is still one of the best additions we've had for the LTX 2.3 model. So yeah, there you go. This has been my LTX 2.3 Ultra Workflow version 2, with the absolutely amazing addition of the prompt Relay LTX Director, which is really just an amazing addition that allows you to generate videos from text, images, keyframes, create transitions with custom audios, and all of that inside one single timeline. And although in my opinion I still like to use the other parts of my workflow because they are a little bit easier and faster to start and generate, if you want a little bit more control, if you want a little bit more precision over the final generation, well, definitely try to give that LTX Director a try, because it is really good. So yeah, there you go. Definitely try this out yourself and have some fun. And there you have it, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you also so much to my Patreon supporters for supporting my videos. You guys are absolutely awesome. You people are the reason why I'm able to make these videos, so thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.